Hello everyone, welcome to Freeze... Oh wait, no, that's not Freeze. I'm sorry, how could I get them mistaken? That's Captain Cold versus Flash. I'm Drunken Dan.
I'm trained. Sabo's dead.
Yeah, we took him out back and shot him. It was his time. He got rabies.
Well, speaking of rabies, so how about Borderlands 3, am I right?
Oh god, oh.
Did you hear about the PAX presentation first?
I was just gonna talk... I don't... The only thing I know about it was the trailer and the fucking Epic Game Store thing, which I was gonna talk about.
Well, let's get to... We'll do that second, because I want to say, so from what I understand, at the PAX presentation, the video didn't play, so Randy Pitchford went up on stage and tried to entertain people with his amateur magic. And all in all, the greatest trick of all...
Did he show porn?
No, I'm sad. I was about to make the joke. Sadly, he could not make that hard drive disappear, though.
That's a shame.
And then, yeah, it's also on the Epic Store exclusively.
Yeah, it's an exclusive to the Epic Store. Okay, so here, I don't know if I talked about the Epic Store on here, but so yeah, it is.
It doesn't have a basket feature, for fuck's sake.
No, it doesn't have almost any kind of feature that are standard on any other store. So like I like the idea of there being a competitor to Steam, because I like Steam, but it's a shit show, and it needs to get its shit together, and competition is the only way companies will get their shit together. This is just how it is.
But it's kind of it's like the Netflix and its competitors problem, right? Where, like, when you've got things like Origin, which is like, yeah, you can get all those exclusive EA games, or you can get Uplay to get all those...
No, it's still... Hold on, no, it's still different, because for those...
No, but I was gonna say, is that a lot of people will say, like, argue, oh, we've got, like, so for streaming services, oh, get CBS All Access and you too can watch Star Trek or the new Twilight Zone or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but you also need to pay into those. That's kind of still different. But what I was going to say, what I don't like about Epic is their storefront is shit. They've constantly had, like, breaches of their fucking... Like, they've constantly gotten hacked into lately.
Oh, yeah, because there's no, like, basically no protection on like, emails.
Yeah.
So people can have their accounts hacked whenever. It's almost like this entire like idea of an Epic Store was built around the fact where they were like, oh shit, we accidentally made money on something that we weren't really expecting to sort of do that well with. Let's just hastily craft together a store to try and maximize on our insane profit margin. And to do so, we will then pay fuckloads of money to guarantee exclusives for the store, and then also for now offer reimbursements if your game underperforms, which is basically the equivalent of yeah, it's a really terrible business idea to start with.
Yeah, no, it's not a very good one. I don't like it, because that's kind of unfortunately the way our fucking like economic system works, where it, like, if it was just your service, like, for example, good old, like, GOG would be fucking one of the, like, most popular and most used one, because that service is really good, but, unfortunately, it comes down to money, and, Epic has a fuckload of money.
Epic's got that Fortnite money.
More money than you, me, and anyone watching this, most likely, will ever see in their life.
Well, I don't know, Bill Gates probably watches.
Yeah, Bill Gates specifically.
Well, I mean, he's got to do something. It's not like doing all that work for charity.
I mean, come on, he actually is a busy man. He's not Notch, who just sits there all day yelling at people on Twitter in his rotten candy room.
Yeah, well, Notch has been removed from Minecraft now, so who cares what he thinks? Oh, Notch.
But yeah, that's pretty much my thing with the Epic Store. I'm fine with there being something to compete with Steam, just the idea of maybe Steam will improve some of its problems. But Steam is definitely still the better customer service. It has issues when it comes to, like, people trying to sell games because it's flooded with just actual shit.
I mean...
Like, actual crap. Like, awful shit. Like, finding a game... So, it used to be, like, I could find, like, obscure games on there that were good and dig them out and be like, hey, guys, look at this thing I found. But now it's such a shit show. I can't even do that anymore.
That's fine. That's why you've got like 1,000,001 YouTubers who troll like Steam every day for any new releases that they can make a video on.
Except usually they pick just they just grab the shit, the actual shit.
Except it's either they grab the shit or they grab like the highest rated of the week.
Yeah, which are usually easy to find anyway if it's highest rated. Like,
Yeah.
that's just popular. That's an easy pick. You won't see, like, Fight and Rage on most of those, for example. But, I was able to find Fight and Rage, like, last year and just like, give you an idea of how much shittier it's gotten. Like, a couple of games what was it, like, Grapple Force Arena, I only knew about it because it was also published by the people who did Freedom Planet. One game I played recently called Double Cross, which I'll probably record at some point. I only learned about that because the developer of Grapple Force Arena, like, was fucking tweeting it out, and I happened to follow them. Otherwise, I would not have found Double Cross, and it wouldn't have showed up on any of my shit.
Do you know what I think can solve all these problems?
Vetting their fucking system and doing their fucking job for once.
Well, I mean, if they did that, they would also be putting out games, wouldn't they? We'd be on
Valve doesn't make games. Valve makes money.
We'd be on Team Fortress 2.5 final chapter by now. If they actually
I think
make
you need
games.
Half-Life.
No, I meant TF2. I meant Team Fortress 2.8.
No, they would sooner do that with like.
No, they can't. They're not gonna do.
Counter-Strike.
They're never gonna do Half-Life. Like
They
at
would
this
sooner do
point,
that with
at this point,
they would sooner do it with Counter-Strike than they would TF2.
but at this point they can't do it with Half-Life because that whole like massive leak happened and they just said nothing. Remember?
I love. Yeah, no, I remember that. What I think is funny though is that they don't have the fucking balls to just be like, "Hey, it's dead. We're not making it."
And it's not like it's not even like kind of the Duke Nukem Forever thing where it's like, yeah, they were always working on it, they just always change their mind about the hardware at the last minute. Where it's like, no, they basically always know it because they're the ones who make the fucking engine.
Yeah.
They know exactly what hardware they're working with. Because there's no way Valve's going to be like, yeah, we're swapping to Unreal 4. They'll just go... I always feel like Valve at this point, since like Half-Life 2 only ever makes games to demonstrate as like, just to show off engines, to license them.
Oh, by the way, Hal Jordan's back and he's got his ring.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
And now him and Flash are gonna fight because Flash is like, this is a mistake.
Hal Jordan is a mistake, I agree.
Yeah, you know, I agree with the Flash. Hal Jordan. We say this every time. Hal Jordan is literally the worst.
Well, it's because the problem is that he's that kind of character where there's nothing. So like, I'm a big advocate for like legacy character. I don't, unless there's like really kind of a lot of good setup for it. I don't tend to like legacy characters because I prefer people just do their own thing. So like, I like Miles, but I don't really want Miles to ever be called Spider-Man in like a sort of serious thing, because to me it's like, yeah, he's cool and all, but like, let Spider-Man be Spider-Man and Miles could be his own person without having to always be, yeah, but he's Spider-Man though. But
actually, one thing this just reminded me. So I know Spider-Verse still called her Spider-Woman, but in the comics and other media now, she's actually called Ghost Spider instead.
yeah, but that's because in everything else that she has to worry about Jessica Drew.
Yeah, even though nobody gives a shit about Jessica Drew.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong, but everything else, it's like, well, there is that other person called...
well, yeah, that's why they did it, because of the Jessica Drew thing.
So
Even
now
though, like I
she's
said, no one gives a shit about Jessica Drew.
So now she's a ghost.
I remember when I first learned about it, I was like, oh, who?
The Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider just sounds like a shitty movie from the 80s, doesn't it?
Kinda.
It's the sequel to Ghost Dad.
Well, remember Cassandra Cain, when writers bring her back occasionally because she's not allowed to be Batgirl, they call her Black Bat. No, Black Bat.
I prefer Ghost Bat.
No.
Ghost, she come back as Ghost Rider. I'm just gonna make this a thing now. Oh, speaking of, I actually did watch that. Oh, started watching that new Twilight shit.
I like how he says, like, you should trust the Guardians. This ring means something. Trust the Guardians? That's a laugh.
Maybe he means the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, I'd trust them, but the Guardians from DC?
Oh, I trust half of them.
I don't even know if I'd go that far.
I trust Groot.
I like how Bruce like maybe it's time I widen my my circle of trust.
Our circle of trust.
Wow.
Aquaman and his Marines. You think he'll help?
You know that's a big improvement over last game where the other Batman's like, all right, we should probably bring Superman in, and then he's like, I will literally beat myself to death before I allow that.
I'll kick my own ass if I have to.
Never, Superman. I'm the best superhero. I'm the coolest and the bestest.
Yeah, but that's because he then remembered, all right, I'm in love with Clark.
On the wrong side of that.
Oh yeah, I do like Clark.
My people's blood is spilled. It will be for Atlantis, not the surface world.
I mean,
Us too, Arthur.
it's basically canon.
My father was human.
Yeah,
And
kind
the
of.
most healthy relationship Bruce Wayne has ever had.
You or any surface dweller. Now leave and remind Batman.
Am I
Oh,
wrong?
oh, holy shit! They asked him for help, like Aquaman, and Aquaman actually acts like Aquaman. It's like, hey, I'm not bowing to surface dwellers. You go back, go home,
I don't need your distraction.
We
because I'm
don't,
not going to be controlled by anyone.
we don't want any of your kind round here, round these parts.
Oh god, I forgot about this part of the story where Hal gets mad for like a second. You fight Aquaman, and then Atrocitus just shows up for no reason other than like, hey, I'm here.
Hey guys, I'm here to fill out the roster. I'm great to be here. I've got my cat. I brought my cat. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay.
Oh god, I forgot they changed up how Hal Jordan plays in this game, and he plays even worse. Why are you the literal worst, Hal?
Because he was around in that time where like heroes didn't really have personalities beyond their kind of general traits.
And unlike the other ones, he didn't gain any.
Well, the problem is that like when the 80s, like so most of the kind of like big sort of shift towards making characters into characters was like late 70s, 80s, right? Because that's when
Yeah.
Marvel started to really gain traction. And then like then DC does it, but DC did it with their replacements.
Yeah,
So that's why like Wally West and Kyle Rayner and all the other Green Lantern.
Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, really anyone other than Hal.
And Barry, and as I said, everyone else, because none of the other like sort of major heroes had their like not had long-term replacements in mind like that. So they got all of those developments for like the 30 odd years that they were the characters. And then when kind of the semi-recently they brought back Hal Jordan and
Exactly what happened.
Barry Allen as the kind of more as like the as those characters, they didn't really
They just-
have a lot to work with, so they just stole.
So they just took a little bit of Kyle Rayner, just a little bit, and for Hal,
Yeah.
and for
Well, with Hal, I think they
for,
just
for
Hal. I
for,
honestly say they stole more from Guy Gardner
Let me help.
because how they've tried to make him into more of a snarky douchebag,
Oh yeah, that's true.
which is Guy's thing.
And Kyle's more like lighthearted, kind of a lighthearted goofball.
Yeah. Well, Kyle. The only thing with Kyle was that he was more sort of inexperienced. Because he's treated more like a rookie cop than anything, right? Because
Right. The one thing is because he was like an artist and and like a constructor, his like constructs were like more over the top and
yeah,
more creative versus like say Guy who's like, I'm gonna make a big fist,
I'ma smash you with my fist.
or Hal Jordan who literally has no personality in anything he creates.
Sometimes he makes a jet,
Sometimes.
but yeah. So whereas while Superman died, he did not have a replacement for very long.
So did Atlantis.
So, and also that was in the 90s.
Because that was during the era where Hal went crazy with the parallax thing. And killed a bunch of the Green Lanterns.
Yeah, well, they probably had it coming. Can you even name a Green Lantern that's not Kilowog?
Oricia.
Yeah, or apart from her, because she wasn't around back at that point, was she?
She went. She was dead but not dead. It was weird.
The comic book version of Dead. Then They're dead for all intents and purposes, but not really dead. But they are dead in a way that they can come back whenever we want them to.
Yeah.
Like that time when Batman got his soul sent like hurtling through time, and that time that Captain America got his soul sent hurtling through time.
Now here's the question: which one happened first?
Batman.
Okay, I was curious of who copied who.
I'm pretty sure. Well, okay, I think Steve Rogers got killed first. But with Batman, they were like, yeah, okay, so he's not actually dead. He's just been Omega beamed, and that sent his like soul hurtling through time. And then they retcon Captain America being sniped into Captain America was shot with a bullet that's like fucked him up and sent him hurtling through time as well. yeah, Cap just straight up gets sniped, and then they're like, no, it was a magic time bullet.
Was that the bullet that got JFK?
Yes.
This is hot garbage.
I mean, this is kind of the problem comic books run into, and they're like, yeah, let's definitely kill the character, and then the next writers get in. Well, I always did like Steve Rogers, though.
Hold this line. Be our rear guard.
I like when they were that fucking era when they were really trying to push the Falcon, which they occasionally try to do every now and then again. But I love when they did that, and they're just like, alright, so Steve Rogers is really old now, so the Falcon's Captain America, and everyone's just like, why Falcon? Nobody fucking likes the Falcon.
Why not Bucky?
Bucky actually had a pretty good run as Captain America during the first time that he was out of commission.
Yeah.
While he got shot by the time bullet. But yeah, it's like, no one, they constantly try to push the Falcon, and I think they're trying it again, too.
Well, that could be just because of it.
Like, remember, they canceled Earth's Mightiest Heroes just to try and push the Falcon.
Why don't they just put Falcon in Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
No, because
like
they wanted to make a
new... you only have X amount of black people in one series at a time.
I don't know, but like you remember that, right? Like where they had for the first like season or two, Falcon was the main character, and nobody fucking cared.
I did not watch Avengers Assemble.
I think it eventually switched to where he wasn't, but I know they made him the lead, and it's like, why are you making literally one of the lamest fucking superheroes the fucking lead? Like, I watched so lame.
I watched Ultimate Spider-Man. I was like, wow, this is awful, and then I gave up because I realized this is exactly what they're going to do for the rest of these shows, and I was right.
It's so fucking stupid. Because Mighty's Heroes was really good too, so that also made me mad.
Yeah, until the second half of the second season.
But that was because they were getting cancelled.
It was less. Yes and no. It was more kind of, oh hey, Avengers the movie did fucking amazingly well. Amazingly well. Just push all the people just push the three main characters. In fact, they even changed the fucking intro in the second half of season 2 to just be like the see heroes like Thor, Iron Man, and Hulk.
I think what happened was partway through that season they started getting executive meddling.
Oh yeah, they definitely canceled. Did. And I know one of the reasons was Jeff Loeb.
Yeah, but it's like straight up one of it's straight up like my favorite interpretation of Ant-Man and Wasp.
I very much liked it, but then season 2 kind of ruined it. Or it ruined Hank Pym. Mostly because it never got the resolution, so it's like, yeah, Yellow Jacket, well, that's just resolved. And it's like, well, you're clearly mentally disturbed, guys. Are you really sure this is something you should be doing? No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I
Galactus is here, though. Wait, what?
Galactus. I agree with you, but like I said, I think it's because of executive meddling. Speaking of meddling, here's Atrocitus.
Hey, Atrocitus. Bye, Atrocitus.
Hey, I'm here to fill out the quota. All right, you guys have a fight with me, and then I'm gonna go home and not show up again.
No, I think he shows up to annoy Supergirl. I think.
I don't even know if he does that.
I mean,
Supergirl gets like 2 fights in this game after they did so much hype to say she's in the game and is an important part of the story, and you use her like twice, and then she becomes distressed for the rest of the fucking story.
Yeah, well, technically she did better than any of the other female characters in this universe.
Nah, I think Black Canary probably did the best out of them, but
yeah,
she's also captured along with Green Arrow right now.
Well, at least it was also involving Green Arrow. So it's
Yeah.
not just her getting damseled.
Hello, Dexstar. Literally the best member of the Red Lantern Corps.
Damn it, Atrocitus, you're just coming in here showing off your pussy. You can't just do that. We have rules in Atlantis. There's a dress code.
Oh god, you just vomited all over me. Jesus Christ, I just got a shower and... Oh, now your cat's doing it too. This is disgusting.
Atrocitus, you need to go
Jesus
see a
Christ.
vet.
Also, I forgot the joke about how Hal Jordan's voice actor in this game was switched over to Spike Spiegel.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Dave Lucas.
Like, Steve Blum is just the voice of him in this game.
I always love whenever you're watching something and there's some random thug talking, you're like, God damn it, God damn it, Steve Blum, what are you doing in this?
You know, I like how you say random thug Steve Blum when you're doing this, and you're basically saying that Hal Jordan is a random thug, and I'm not going to disagree with you.
But I mean, you know, where it's like, he just kind of sometimes will just... It's the weird thing where sometimes he's like main characters and sometimes he's background characters.
By the way, I like how they're doing this fucking anger ring thing with Hal, and you were just talking about the whole Guy thing, and that's literally the Guy thing, where Guy kind of has like this weird like back and forth with the green and the red.
Yeah. Because he's very angry.
Why didn't they just replace Hal with Guy for this game?
Oh.
It would have been better.
Because no one but you and me actually knows who Guy Gardner is.
Guy Gardner is the best! He was in Batman Brave and the Bold!
Yeah, and he was the best there too.
He was like, what? Him and Aquaman are like two of the best characters in there. Brave and the Bold was great because it would just be like, hey, let's bring like really weird fucking DC characters, like the weird shit.
Gentleman,
Like that, like
Ghost.
Like Blue Beetle showed up in that before he became popular.
And you know what's even better?
And he was voiced by Terry McGinnis's voice actor.
There it is.
You were just about to say that, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean, fuck, you had Booster Gold and he kept the Justice League voices, so...
Oh god,
Booster
Brave
Gold.
and the Bold.
Yeah,
Brave and the Bold was too good for this world.
too good for this simple one. I like the Superman crossover, which is literally just all the super dickery.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I also like the one where Batman goes to Planet X and meets the Batman of Planet X. Where that Batman is pissed off there's this fucking super powerful alien just coming over here and solving all the problems. And you're
yeah,
like,
'cause
wait a second!
Oh yeah, because isn't that the world where like humans get Kryptonian powers or some bullshit?
Well, where people from Earth get Kryptonian powers, and Batman
Yeah.
from Planet X is voiced by Kevin Conroy. And you're like, wait a second.
What was it? I love what was it? I also love the Scooby-Doo crossover episode. That was also really fucking good.
You know what was also probably one of my favorites? The Music Meister episode.
Oh yeah, that was a
I've
good
about
one.
it before, but the fucking Music Meister episode on the CW had one original song in like 40 minutes of time. And, you know, being a crossover episode, the Music Meister in the fucking Brave and the Bold in 30 minutes of time had like 6 original songs.
That fucking... Like I said, Brave and the Bold was too good for the sinful world, and I like how the finale even took a dig at the show that was going to be replacing it, Beware the Batman, where it had the CGI Batgirl. They just changed it to Batgirl instead. And they're just like, yeah, you're all going to want us back when this is gone, and they were right. Beware the Batman was so bad, it became a tax write-off. I'm not joking. They cannot legally sell or air Beware the Batman because they put it as a tax write-up. They did the same thing with Symbiote Titan, unfortunately, too. But, Beware the Batman was just that fucking bad.
I never even... it was that thing where, like, I heard it was a thing, and then I never heard anything else about it ever again.
Yeah, no one really liked it. The only thing, like, the one thing I will say for the audience was to give you some perspective. It was also created by the same team that made The Batman.
The Batman.
You know, the one with the Jamaican Joker.
Yeah, well... Jamaican Joker is better than a lot of the other Jokers we've had since.
I mean... You know, it's sad when we look back at Jamaican Joker and be like, wow, you're not even the worst one anymore.
Wow, the Batman, you were like, you weren't actually not even that bad. Like,
I
yeah,
feel
you were
sorry
a bit,
for all we
yeah,
said
you were a
about
bit
you.
weird, and your art style was a bit off. But like,
Awful.
hey, at the very least, you tried. That's more than some of your other like counterparts can say they did.
Both animated versions and movie versions.
Yeah,
Especially the movie versions. Oh, the movie versions.
yeah. I kind of feel like the Batman was too close after Batman the animated series.
I still don't think it's that good. It's just we've seen such rank that our standard has lowered. That's really all it is.
You sat there going, yeah, it's not as good as BTAS, but hey, it's no Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go, I just don't even care about anymore. I'm just like, eh.
I'll be honest, I think I saw like one short and I was like, wow, this is awful, and then never saw anything ever again.
They had like a semi-decent episode with this one where they did like where they started doing parody of like 90s comic book writing, where they're like, oh, we need to be darker, and then they just started parodying like 90s comic books, and it was okay. But it's not really my thing. I don't really care. I don't like it, but like unlike say like back in the day with Cartoon Network, I don't even watch TV anymore to be honest with you. But unlike say like back when they were just pushing Johnny Test everywhere and nobody was watching it, at least with this one it's like, well, at least people are watching it, so I can kind of understand at least like why you're just airing it so much.
Pretty sure it's also more to do with like the deal they have with Warner Brothers.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty
But that's
sure.
something that a lot of like networks are doing here in the States now, where they're just like a station will just show like one TV show practically all day, and I don't get it.
It's because TV is dying.
Yeah, no, it really is. Cable will be dead in like a handful of years.
Like that's kind of why everything's all. Yeah, come and watch like the new Star Trek exclusively on our streaming service.
That's also why a lot of those cable companies, which also are providers, are trying to kill stuff like net neutrality and shit, because they want to get control of it, like they had with cable.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. Black Adam and Wonder Woman break into a prison.
I mean, you kind of say that sentence. You're like, "Wow, is this super dickery?" No, it's just injustice.
It's Injustice. So I'm gonna be playing as the Atom or Blue Beetle. So in other words, I'm gonna be playing as Blue Beetle because he's more fun to play.
If it goes down, those generators
Not the Atom. What's his fucking name?
Should-
The guy who's like two people fused together and he's got the flaming
Oh,
head.
Firestorm.
Firestorm. He's not one of my favorites, that's why I forget his name. I don't hate him, it's just kind of...
I remember there's this dumb YouTube like poop thing where someone dubbed over like a old episode of one of the various like Justice League cartoons that featured Firestorm. The only thing I really remember from it was just him like flying away and crying, and someone going, "Man, that's what I call flaming homosexual." And it's like, that's such a bad joke, but God,
Yeah...
man, 2006, am I right?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. They're first order of business. Supergirl breaks Damian out of prison.
He should have broken his neck.
Well, to break his neck, he just has to fall.
Oh well, at least they killed him.
Like, like Dick Grayson in the comics, he just fell and broke his neck. It's still the funniest thing to me. That's how Dick Grayson dies. He just falls and breaks his neck.
Man, you know, someone sat there was like, they'll never see it coming.
This is so clever.
I've subverted all their expectations. You're like, wait, Ryan Johnson, what are you doing in here?
I was gonna be like, I didn't know Ryan Johnson wrote comics.
He broke in. After he killed Star Wars, he had to try and kill comics too.
Do you think he like...
Not people didn't give Lupin the accolades I think it deserved. Well, I'll destroy everything they hold dear now. It was all according to plan. First I killed Star Wars. Now nothing is safe.
I will kill it all. Ryan Johnson flies to Japan to write Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, how do you even subvert expectations in Dragon Ball? They've already subverted ours. You're like, man, Top's so interesting and cool. I bet his teammate's going to be just like that. Oh.
I still like how the reason
Man, they've
that
built
happened.
up. They built up hits so much. He and Goku could have a really cool final fight. Oh,
Toriyama. I'm so glad that he's after all of that. He's like, maybe I should listen to editors again. And then the Broly movie was actually good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Like he's like after all that, he's like, you know what? Maybe I should be listening to editors and having them around again. And I'm like, you think?
Not bad for a mortal.
Well, at least they didn't give us a clown and an old man as his villains again. Oh wait, no, Zamasu.
I was gonna be like, wait, no, it's not. No, remember there was the clown death god of destruction.
Yeah, he's not really a villain. He's just a prick.
But I like Zamasu. It's just I don't like the ending.
I mean, yeah, but he's still old.
I mean, we don't even know how old Frieza is.
Old
Cell is
enough.
like a child. Cell is an infant.
Cell's like,
No, he's like 6 years old.
yeah.
I'm 6.
Lock down Superman's cell.
Didn't ask to be born.
So
I'm guessing you saw
here.
their April Fools.
I mean, Majin Buu is also like ancient as hell. And yeah, I saw it. It was fucking great.
I was wondering.
No, my cocaine.
I take after my
Wait, we need to do a dodge joke. We've not done it in forever, and they'll love it.
I don't know. What do you think? Just drinking a giant thing of wine. Thumbs up.
I was the perfect.
All right, dodge joke it is. Yes! Slaps the thing out of his hand, and the guy just turns around and slaps Lanny. It's so good.
I mean, we all want to slap Lanny for tour.
Now, Piccolo, make like an anti-vaxxer and murder that child!
I was almost wondering, wow, I think Dan wrote that joke.
I was dying when I fucking heard that. It was so good.
I say we shouldn't vaccinate kids. I think we have too many children. Not because I don't believe that it shouldn't, that, you know, vaccines cause autism or shit like that. I just, you know, don't like
Oh, you know
kids.
what's funny? Actually, speaking of that, there was apparently a study where parents who are pregnant with their child who don't get flu shots but get infected with it have a higher chance of having their child have autism.
I mean,
I'm not kidding.
everyone knows
I'm not
that
kidding.
The only way you can actually find out if you're autistic or homosexual, or even what race you are, is if J.K. Rowling tells you.
Oh yeah. Don't forget. Last time you were, in fact, we learned from J.K. Rowling that you were in fact gay.
Apparently.
I'm still like
Don't-
counting the days for my sentencing from J.K. Rowling to be something.
Don't worry, at least Hollywood will never show me having to hold another man's hand.
Yeah, because they'll never appear in her books or like in the movies. She'll just say that, and then she'll tell you how woke she is.
Yeah, well.
Wonder Woman.
I'm woke, guys.
The Wizarding World sides with Palestine, apparently. And it's like, I don't think you really want to get involved in that nonsense. I don't think I want to get involved in that nonsense. It's like a mud wrestling fight. Or it's like mud wrestling. No one's going to come out of it clean.
Oh yeah, it's in the name. Oh, in a second we're gonna be fighting Supergirl.
You recognize me, Cal?
Man, I wonder, what does the...
Oh, there we go. There we go.
What does her S
They
stand
actually
for?
they
Sorry I'm a few decades late.
I don't know, but you are right. They had Supergirl ask that you recognize, and they say yeah through like holotapes from parents on the ship. So yeah, they did have that in this game.
While you were growing up, I was on ice.
Because remember, they were like, yeah, Kara, Krypton's fucked, and apparently we had enough for another escape pod, but not enough for the rest of us, so you gotta look after Cal. Yeah, great fucking job, Kara.
Diana needs a hand.
I mean, to be fair, the ships got blown off course.
Always excuses.
I don't know
If Jor-El would be very disappointed.
It's probably Jor-El's fault.
No, it's the
I think
fault
Jor-El would be
of her,
disappointed.
of her father, his idiot brother.
Oh,
Turned out,
Midkeeper.
turned out she's the daughter of Cletus L.
Hey, I just made my daughter now ship and maybe. but somehow he knew how to do cryogenic stasis.
No, he just
He
no,
knew.
but no, he just thought just using it as a makeshift like cooler for his beer.
It somehow worked as cryogenics for when Supergirl was put into it.
Fucking Cletus, the Slack-jawed called Krypton.
Ah, dang it! Ah, dang it, Mara! You just lost my ship with some beer in it. Our daughter's going to Earth to protect our cousin. Ah, dang it! What do we need that for? And then he gets fucking killed by a Brainiac robot.
And then Krypton explodes.
At least I don't got. See, this would as they're like in heaven. He's just like, see, this wouldn't happen if I had my bear.
Oh,
He was a terrible fighter and a terrible scientist.
man. If only that Brody had that Bardock the Brilliant Scientist. I mean, they retconned the really cool Bardock movie, so you might as
Yeah.
well have given us he was a brilliant scientist. Now he's just a guy. Not even like a guy who could see the future.
I can see the future.
And now he actually likes his children, and I'm not really sure I like that. I prefer it when it was like kind of, oh yeah, kids, I fucking hate them.
For what?
Where
Sorry.
I preferred it when Bardock didn't really like his children.
I enjoy the original special, honestly.
I know, that's what I'm saying, is that in that
But-
version where he's like, I have a son, whatever. Who gives two fucks about him? I've got other shit to do. Whereas in this one, it's like, oh, my son Kakarot. Our planet is doomed. I must send you away.
Maybe in one of the extra scenes, we learned that he is in fact a brilliant scientist.
King Vegeta.
Terrible fighter, brilliant
King
scientist.
Vegeta. It's just, yo, we need to get our top scientist on the job. Where's Bardock? Oh, he's out. Oh, he's doing a thing.
He's at home with his wife.
We'll get him over here.
He has a wife?
We've got science to do. And by saying science is just killing things.
No, apparently in the Broly movie, you learned they actually have like jobs other than fighters and shit. They're not all just fighters.
They're all fighters, really.
No, they actually aren't.
I mean, their description of being a cook is just fighting the meat.
Brainiac's too much for Batman. I'm your only chance.
How else do you tend?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh wait, hold on. It's gonna happen. So we just spent all this time fighting a break-in to get Superman out. Oh wait, no, I still gotta fight Supergirl because she's gonna show up in a second,
Far enough.
and then I can comment on this. But okay, let's continue with the conversation then. Oh, here she comes.
Stay away from him.
What were we saying a second ago? Nope.
Yep. Sorry. I was just saying that Saiyans don't really have other jobs. They're just various applications of the word fight.
But yeah, no, they actually have like a regular society.
I prefer it when they were just kind of, fight. They were just so one-track minded.
But yeah, you have like your warriors, you have your just like regular people, you have like people that do agriculture, shit like that.
With all those. So I guess Universe 7 did have a version of what's the Kaba.
Yeah, his name was I forget his name, but Vegeta's brother,
Oh, Tarble.
Tarble.
Yeah, but
I literally forgot his name.
Kaba wouldn't fuck something as awful as Tarble's wife.
That's true.
Whatever happened to Tarble?
No idea what Brainiac can do.
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
That would have been useful whenever they were like, man, we need another Saiyan to complete these rituals.
Yeah, it would have been.
Where's your brother?
remember, he-
I don't know.
They're like, he's back home. We can't get him. I think they even had like a line like that in the
He's
fucking
off in
movie.
another galaxy. We don't know. We didn't bother to get the details. And it's like,
We didn't care.
probably should have got that. It might have been useful if you ever needed like a body double.
Whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares about fucking Tarble.
Yeah, well, just wait until there's some like old thing where it reveals that Tarble is also the legendary Super Saiyan.
He's the true Super Saiyan. You know, the one thing I'm sad they didn't do in the Broly movie, when he transformed, they didn't go, like, say a line like, "It's like that Kefla girl," or Kale girl, my bad.
Well,
Because that would have been funny, because it would have pissed off some of the old Broly fanboys. Because they were so fucking pissed when she became a thing. Oh god, I'm going into space. Oh god, I'm going across the sun. Well, there I go. Back to Earth again. Ouch. I lived.
hooray! Somehow, nanomachines.
Now I get to... Well, I mean... Yeah, well, I mean, probably it is Blue Beetle.
This girl kicked your
We don't even know what the fuck the fucking beetle is. It's just power armor with an AI in it. It's I don't get it. And now to knock out Supergirl. Good night.
Damn it! Now we've
Goodbye,
talked
so
about this.
soon.
You can't just knock women unconscious.
Listen, she attacked me.
Not right.
She
No
attacked
means
me.
no.
It was self-defense. She attacked me. I was just standing here, and then she fucking charged me into a wall.
You fought valiantly.
I mean,
And now here's Wonder Woman gonna do the same thing.
You want me to do what?
I had to beat up like 5 people, and then I get attacked by Supergirl. I had to defend myself, and now you're yelling at me.
I just don't think that's going to hold up in court is all. They're like, why did you knock out this woman? Did you have something else in mind? What?
Well, you
And then
see,
you just
for
punch-
starters, she grabbed me, flung me into space, flew me around the sun, then I beat me into a crater into the ground, and then I got up and I shot her with my photon laser and knocked her out.
I mean, I don't think that'll fly. Where they're like, wait, so you went onto space, yes, and then you went to the sun, also yes, and then you crashed back onto Earth, yes, and you're still alive, yes.
Well, you see, I got
How,
the Blue Beetle.
Mr. Queen?
Well, you-
How, Green Arrow? How?
It wasn't Green Arrow.
I
playing
know,
Blue
but it
Beetle.
could. But man, you can do that super on all the normal people,
Overprotective.
and they survive. And it's like, what? How? At least you can understand how someone like Cyborg can survive getting like endlessly shot by Batman's Batjet with its.
Oh yeah. So by the way, here's the scene where where after all this fighting, Batman just lets Superman out. Like this all could have been avoided.
We're all fighting for nothing. It's kind of just. It's
Yeah.
like a metaphor for the entire game.
You're right. You're right. By the way, I like the part where it's like, "Who are you? I'm Superman's overprotective cousin," and then Damian being a fucking cunt is just like, "Heh, you're the one always keeping secrets. You don't like a secret being kept from you, do you?" And then Batman's just like, "I don't fucking have time for this shit," and just walks away and just lets fucking Superman out.
I wish you were never born, Damien.
Most people do, except Warner Brothers for some reason because they keep using him.
Because then you can have the Wayne name. It's like actually Batman's son, so all the kids can go, yeah, I could be Batman's actual son, not just some random circus guy he adopted, or some street punk he
don't-
adopted, or some what was Tim Drake again?
Tim Drake wasn't actually his kid. Tim Drake had a family of his own. He just became a sidekick.
And then he killed the Joker.
That's also why Tim Drake has been paired with both like Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown. Though Stephanie Brown is not adopted by Bruce.
But remember, the Kryptonians.
They always forget about the daughter, and by they I mean Warner Brothers.
Yeah, well, probably.
Even though she's like really fucking cool. Like, come on, use her.
I mean, I remember that one time they did use her.
We have locations for every show.
Drugs,
I know what you're
Dan.
talking
Drugs are bad.
You know, the funny thing is, it was after she had like the longest run of like any I think at the time like any solo female book, and then they canceled it and did that. She was the or that or I think is that or was like she just had like other than like I think Wonder Woman, and I think also it was like the first Batgirl to get her own solo book.
Don't pull a stunt like that again. Make up for it by finishing another mission discreetly.
Alas.
Oh yeah, there was Bruce pulling Firestorm aside and say, "Hey, don't try nuking the entire place and killing a bunch of people. That's not how I do things anymore."
I mean, it is exactly how you do things, Bruce. It's just you want to do it.
I want to hit the button.
Look, we only kill people when I do it.
Well, no, we only kill people when Bruce Wayne does it in a Zack Snyder film, or a Nolan film, or whatever the. Oh God, I'm forgetting the fucking director of the
Burton.
Batman from the '89. Tim Burton does it.
It was most.
Funny enough, not Joel Schumacher. Funny enough.
I mean, yeah, funny in the since they were like at that point going, yeah, kids love these movies. Let's just market them exclusively for children,
Open a portal and boom tube in.
You can't.
or market them in this weird thing where it's like, yeah, they're for kids, but then also there's all this like there's sex and violence, and stuff.
Sexual innuendo and shit.
We get in.
The old
Like that. What like the main female lead of Batman Forever is literally just like hungry for Batcock.
Yep.
Like it's not even like. It's just literally her
not
entire,
even subtle.
her entire
It's
character
not
is like,
even
I want to fuck Batman.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, it's not even subtle.
Assuming you haven't torn it down.
Man, remember
can't
that
remember what-
time in that movie where Batman's like, okay, I think Riddler and Two-Face are using this machine that reads people's thoughts. Better get inside!
Brother Eyes Online, we mobilize.
And then they read his mind and find out, oh, he's Batman.
Not an
Because that is also a very Riddler plot. He wants to know everything
not.
Yeah.
by reading people's minds. I could see the Riddler would totally do that. He's not like,
I won't lie, the Riddler in that movie is actually pretty good.
I mean,
He's a little wacky, but
I
I
mean,
mean it's Jim Carrey.
in the sense that Ace Ventura was good, and the mask was
I
good.
like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, they were good.
I like the mask.
But like that's kind of the point, is that when he's playing Riddler, he's just playing like Ace Ventura or The Mask, right?
Keep what?
Because it's not really
Yeah.
Riddler, and that was probably exactly what he was told. Yeah, can you just like do those two like other roles you did that were very popular? Oh yeah, sure. Hey,
Probably.
Tommy Lee Jones, I hate you. Oh okay.
Oh yeah, Tommy Lee Jones like, I fucking hate you. You're silly and stupid. And then Tommy Lee Jones spends the entire movie just being even sillier than fucking Riddler
He
somehow.
said something like, I cannot like abide your or I cannot condone your
Nonsense
Yeah.
or something like that.
something like that, and it's like, wow. I mean, I guess at least he was upfront about it.
Yeah, I guess. Fucking. Oh, by the way, they just had the scene where they're like I miss people where we used to be with the fucking Justice League table. So they just did that. So, guys, I hope you like. Totally, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do a redemption arc. It's gonna be really nice. It's gonna be well done. There's gonna be a redemption arc. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, it's a very nice table. There's no point in letting it go to waste. How
Yeah,
much
yeah,
this
yeah.
cost? Do you think? Do you think when Enterprises just has infinite money to like hide away to build a space station or something without investors realizing?
Or like enough money to just supply all of Batman, all of his gadgets, or all of the above.
I wonder if Bruce actually does embezzle anything.
I don't know. Oh, and Harley Quinn gets knockout gassed by her lesbian ex. I mean, Poison Ivy. I mean, lesbian ex.
Yeah, well,
girl for mama.
it's not rape if it's girl on girl.
I know it totally can still be.
I don't think that's how it works, Dan.
Rape is, if it's non-consent, it's rape.
Sorry, Harley. I'll try not to leave a scar.
Jury's out.
No,
In your
It's-
opinion, maybe.
no, it's not an opinion.
Everything's an opinion, Dan.
If it's not consent, it's rape. Regardless of any, like, it doesn't matter what the genders or anything else are. If it's not consent, it's rape.
You never had it.
That's like your opinion, man.
No! Stop it! If I had, if I wasn't lazy, I would just edit in that fucking clip right now. The one's like, no, none of that. Shame on you.
Well, good thing for me, you're nothing but lazy. Hooray!
It's true. And now Harley Quinn's gonna get run over. Oh no, get whipped and drug around by a bike, but it's okay. She won't die when she gets hit by a bike and exploded.
Yeah, well,
Because
nanomachines.
I'd be sure to
Yes.
number on you.
Nanomachines, son.
now, who should I have Poison Ivy fight? Cyborg or Catwoman? I'll let you pick.
Cyborg.
Arkham gave us so many
All right,
We had enough Batman people.
it's true.
guards.
I mean, literally everybody in here right now is a Batman person other than Cyborg.
And, you know, Poison Ivy's never had Black Lightning before.
That's right. You were
God
spared
fucking damn it.
thanks to your billionaire boy.
God fucking damn it.
Ask for special treatment.
I hate you.
Why?
You're just dying to hurt me.
And I hate that line.
Why?
It won't bring back
So
my love.
stupid. It's on the level of like the fucking. It's like only slightly. No, it's slightly above the dumb. What happens to a toad in the lightning?
Harley smelled the wrong roses,
Yeah, well.
and now she's going in
That's still probably like. Actually, is there a line dumber than that?
It breaks your laws of physics.
leave her.
Oh yeah. Nope. You're right. That is the king of stupid.
No, it is one of my favourite lines in anything, though.
Kiss and make
And it goes back to one of my greatest desires, which is that G1 posting could become the next prequel memes. There's a scene where like the Autobots have to blow up something, and Ultra Magnus looks at it and is like, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in the galaxy. Now hand me the bomb." And it's like just kind of so fluidly it's from one into the other, and it's like, man, this fucking show. One of my favorite episodes of season 3.
Never forget Carbomia. Never fucking
One of my
forget Carbomia.
favorite episodes of like season 3, though, is the one where Galvatron gets taken to the space loony bin by his own teammates. And it just ends with him being so crazy. He like makes the fucking system that controls everything crazy,
It's nothing I can't handle.
and he escapes.
Good.
So, G1's so bad.
Oh god, it is.
And then,
And again, never forget Carbomia.
and then there's
never
that one
fucking
episode
forget.
where Grimlock gets smart and just builds Computron. You're like, wait, what? He could just do that? Yes.
See, that's what I always thought was funny when they're like, let's do a death battle against a fucking character from G1. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? G1, where they can just do whatever the fuck they feel like today.
G1 where they don't even have like proportions because they'll change between scenes.
Wasn't there an episode where they forgot to animate, like, a huge chunk of it, and it was just, like, hands or something stupid?
Yes.
Defibrillator in there?
Okay, so I didn't have a fever dream.
Yeah, well,
That
do you want to
happened.
know what's worse? So there's a two-parter that features like the Autobots getting turned into human, or some of the Autobots getting turned into humans, and like they used to use a lot of Star Wars sound effects for like lasers and like other shit. But for
Yeah.
a turret, they decided to use a particular clip from Star Wars, which was from Empire Strikes Back, and it was the blaster fire like sound effect used in Cloud City when C-3PO gets blown up. But you want to know what the problem with that clip is?
Does it have the C-3PO screen?
It has C-3PO just scream no. So like every time the fucking turret shoots,
like-
it's just
so
going
it's like-
no,
so it's like-
no.
It's like, nah, like that.
Not quite like that, but it was
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, more like that.
I know I was doing the R2D2 one, but I just wanted to do that.
So it's just like, God, like you could maybe get away with it on like one, but when it's repeated sound effect like that, and no one picks
It's like the
up,
equivalent of me, like, it's literally the equivalent of me, like, finding the clip right now and just, like, recording the audio and pretending like I just did a job. Fucking hell. Carf. Transformers season 1, Gen 1 is a fucking trash
Well,
fire.
seasons 1 and 2 are fine. Like, you know, whatever, 80s cartoon with, like, questionable plots and some weird things. Season 3 is where things just kind of go insane. Where it's like, yeah, let's have Carbomia. And you're like, wow, that's pretty bad.
And that's when Casey Kasem was like,
That's
I'm
what Casey
going
Kasem
to
was
fuck...
like, this is actually... Come on, guys, this is actually racist. What do you mean? We were just talking about them filthy Libyans. Guys, I'm Libyan.
And he-
Are you? Well, yeah, are you? I couldn't tell. You didn't have a bomber vest on.
And then he just, like, calmly put down his headset and just said, all
He
right,
hopped in
I
his
quit."
mystery machine and fucked off. I like to think that he and Frank Welker went to work in the mystery machine.
He called me paranoid. At least he listened when I said Batman would not
But
relinquish
yeah.
his cave so easily. Soon, not just
It's just, as I said, G1 has so many, like, fucking amazing things you could pull from it.
All right, we'll be Cyborg again since she said no more Batman.
my old comrade.
Uh,
Even though we're fighting a Batman character because it's Bane.
yeah, well.
That was his call.
We are
They should, you know, to be fair, we should have seen this coming because don't forget what DC Comics means.
Detective Comics.
Yes. So, like, if you ever read a copy of Detective Comics, you're reading a copy of Detective Comics presents Detective Comics. No, Detective Comics presents Detective Comics. I almost fucked it up.
I mean, yeah, it sounds about right.
And that's why everything is Batman. Everything has to be Batman. Everybody is Batman. Zack Snyder is Batman.
Do you know who is?
Don't forget.
Do you know who isn't Batman?
Wake up. Who?
Ben Affleck.
You're right.
He quit. He was like, wow, I had a dream and my dream was shattered. Thanks, guys.
It's like, oh, let me look at the script. Why is Batman just murdering people? Zack Snyder, Batman kills people. No, don't. Batman kill. Superman kill. Batman and Superman kill people, and there's gonna be blood and explosions and destruction. And Zack Snyder is literally just the new Michael Bay.
I wouldn't say he's new. He's been around just as long as Michael Bay. It's just, this is the first time he's done a movie that you cared about.
About damn time.
True.
So, like, don't forget, he also did Watchmen, which was surprisingly tame.
Yeah, but I don't.
And then he
But
did,
he was just
and then
the
he did
visual effect-
300,
Hold on,
where all he did.
But he was just the visual effects of those two movies.
I'm pretty sure he was the director of Watchmen.
I'm pretty sure he was the visual effects director. I don't think he was the main director.
Someone has a secret admirer.
I could be
real
wrong.
problem
If
is
you want,
having-
you can look it up real quick.
The real problem is having David Goyer as a scriptwriter.
Interesting thought.
True. But yeah, if you want to look it up real quick, go ahead, because after this cutscene's over, I'm going to stop recording. Because it's getting to be that time. And by the way, I like how Brainiac has that one screen that's just his teeth.
Yeah, Watchmen was, 300 was directed by Zack Snyder.
Okay.
And Watchmen was also directed by Zack Snyder, so
Okay.
he made Watchmen, which I thought was probably the best adaptation of that story you'll ever get on film.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, it was mostly there, it's just, yeah, they didn't have the squid, and it's like, I can kind of see why they didn't have the squid, and the squid's not really...
Oh, yeah,
And the
yeah.
squid's,
no,
like,
I-
probably
I-
the least important thing about it. You just basically need, we just need humans to, like, go, man, we got a problem that's bigger than nuclear war. Squid people, or a guy who's literally invincible.
Yeah. No, actually, I like that switch, honestly.
Like, the only one who could really defeat, pretty sure the only comic book character who could ever defeat Dr. Manhattan is Squirrel Girl at this point.
I mean, yeah, because you can't beat Squirrel Girl.
Well, no,
She's unbeatable.
well,
it's in her name.
she has memes. She has the
She's-
ultimate
it's literally in her
superpower.
name.
It's like the one episode of Dragon Ball Super where they fight Arale.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's like-
You can't beat her. She's unbeatable.
Even when you try and fight her at own game.
It's just impossible. But, alright, so that'll do for Injustice for now. Probably get, like, another... Actually, no, this one's a little longer, so we'll probably get, like, another 2 videos or 3 out of this one. Because, I believe the story in this one's a lot longer.
I
And there's
think
2
we're
endings.
about halfway.
I paused it. We're gonna be fighting evil cyborg, or well, Brainiac
Red,
cyborg.
he's
or,
called. I don't know why
I'm
either.
gonna okay, well, we're gonna be fighting him next time. Have a good day.